pare that down and define it as a physical thing. But remember, it was more than physical. We are a compilation of multi things from God. So in this, so God lets us know that by us being a type of Him in some respects, right, that we have these same things. God was different. I got them too. So when we look at Genesis chapter 6, verse 2, we're seeing that there are good children and there are bad children. And the good children are starting to migrate more into the bad children, or having more of an influence. And influence so much so to the point that it angered God, that it actually repented Him. And we got to define our word repent. Because we traditionally think the word repent to mean what? You notice how we feel. We use it to forgive, but it doesn't really mean that. It doesn't really mean to forgive. And to turn away from or change direction. You know, that's what repent means. It means to change direction from the one that we were going in. To change our direction or reverse the direction we were going. That's what repent basically means. So then God said it was repenting me. It was causing me to reverse. And think about all of what I've done in 7 days. I've gone through all of this stuff with these people. I gave her everything. I created a time clock. I created a perfect world. I gave him everything. And how many of you parents have said the same thing? You haven't said the same thing. Mine just said, well, but that daughter of mine, that son of mine, that whatever, I tell you what, I made sure he went to the best schools, I did this, I did that, and this is the things that I did. God did the same thing. He's saying the same thing right now. He said, and I still try to keep away from this bad element across the street. I've been doing it. Don't y'all, when I go to work, don't get it. My dad did the same thing. We have people across the street. I used to love to go to the job. Play that one time. But his idea, his thing was, I don't want you across the street or that, let them folks do it. That was the rule. But guess what? Every chance you got. You better be good. I got to be good. That was playing for me over the two. But you see my point. You see my point. See the influence. But the influence wasn't up to a nation to where maybe you would say it impacted. But how many would have been impacted? How many have been? So we see then that at this particular time, people are starting to migrate away from being the followers and those ones who are noticing God to those that are. And so when we look at the word mighty, and we have to be careful of how we use it. Now, are we talking about mighty in the sense of position? Because we know a lot of little bitty people, like statue-wise, that command the big office, right? They are really in charge of other things. So are we going to define it as a physical stature defining point? Or are we referencing people that are important, people of being read down. So that gives us right. Yeah. See, when we start looking at the definition of people with influence. Now, just in the same way we do our politics right now, right? We vote most of the time on a candidate by what? By influence. That's how we do it. Somebody likes this candidate too, so we like to do it. So we have a lot of reason for that. So we're trying to say that back in that time period, that people didn't do the same thing they did today. Which they are. It's doing exactly the same thing. Nothing has changed. In fact, people are not better. People are worse. They may be more intellectual, yes, but better. And so when we look at that passage that you were talking about, I like to think that part of it was that the sons of God were the wicked believers, those that actually gave a focus to God. And then those daughters that was simply, and you look at it, beautiful tracks. Well, not only that, without women, there's not no reproduction. So you notice that they're going into a suggestion that there was are there with you. See? I don't mean the day that they're born. I mean in section.
Yes.
So mothers have that influence. So children can be more influenced by their mother. So mothers carry, to me, a 60-40. 60% of the influence on any given child is going to be given by the mother. Fathers, full-time fathers in the house right now, ain't got to. But mother has 60%. After dad blows off and everything else, right? Mom's the same one that comes right behind him. Moves things down. Makes everything understood. Mom is the one that comes behind him. And does all of these, well, your dad didn't really mean it that way. That's what I'm saying. Yeah, he meant it. He blows up, right? Who's the one doing that? Mom's just doing that. Now, you know, dad had a bad day today. Now, they were doing that. At the job today, they gave him
But still off and now.
I mean, you see what I'm talking about? So mom, so the pastor was saying that they were going into the lost daughters who were going to be having the influence of non-spirituality, non-God over the kids.
Yeah.
Because that's what it is. When we get to the end of Ezra does the same thing. Ezra was talking about putting away these strange wives. He wasn't talking about the women as a gender or not as an ethnicity. He was talking about putting away the women because of their religious beliefs. Because the women had the influence over the kids because 95% of the time, whatever religion the mothers had, it's the same one the children had. Because they were the teachers of the religion. But if a household was one, then if the mother and father were Jewish, then that's what's going to be taught. But if the father's one thing and the mother's something else, I guarantee which one they go get. So when we start seeing this and how close they are, then we start seeing the impact of this. And so I'm hoping I got close to your question. But that's my opinion on it. You remember, you got some problem. You didn't ask me to be right, just it.